Purpose of yoga is to awaken that Kundalini, is to awaken that energy. It is depicted as a serpent. Namaste Yogis. In this class, I'm going to share with you a little bit more about Prana, Nadis, Chakras and Kundalini. The purpose of this class is not to talk too much in detail about Nadis and Chakras, but to create a bridge for you to understand what is the use of Pranayama as far as Nadis, Chakras and Kundalini is concerned. So this physical body, we have 5 sheaths or 5 layers of body according to yoga, and this physical body which we can touch and feel and which we use to interact with the society, this is called physical body. Now we also have something called sukshma sharira or subtle body. So just the way the physical body has nervous system, or it has nerves to send and receive nerve impulses, to send and receive energy, in the same way subtle body also has its own nerves. The nerves of the subtle bodies are called nadis. Just the way in the physical body we have nerve plexuses, in the same way the subtle counterpart, the counterpart of the nerve plexus in the subtle body is called chakra. Similarly, prana is the counterpart of nerve impulse in the subtle body. So the subtle body is quite a mirror image of the physical body, or I would say that the physical body is the mirror image of the subtle body. So when the so-called death occurs, the physical body is destroyed, but not the subtle body. Okay, so now let's come back to let me explain you the nadis. So nadis are the subtle energy channels in the subtle body. The physical body and subtle body is embedded together right now. Okay, so nervous system is to send and receive the signals and the nerve impulses. In the subtle body, the nadis are to send and receive. The nadis are basically the pathways for the prana. So different scriptures say, they talk about how many nadis we have. So commonly it is said that human subtle body has 72,000 nadis. Now some scriptures say much more than that, some scriptures say much less than that, and they're all right. All of them are correct, none of them are wrong, it doesn't matter. Why there is a difference in the number? So let's talk about map of a city. So let's say we talk about the map of Mumbai, India, right? So the larger the map you will publish, the more streets you will show. The smaller the map will be, the less streets or roads you will show. So if you have only 1 page map, you will show only the main, you'll talk only about the main roads of Mumbai. If you have a huge map, a map which you can fold 50 times and when you open it, it becomes huge, or a map which has to be published in the form of a book, you will see big roads, then smaller roads, and the smaller ones, and the smaller ones. Or take the example of any map, Google Map for example. So the more you enlarge, the more you zoom, the more streets you see which otherwise you don't see. So there is no fight about the number of nadis. The more you go deeper, you find more sub-nadis. So the number of the nadis differ. Now, for all practical purposes, there are three main nadis in the human body: Sushumna, Ida and Pingla. So this is Ida or Chandra Nadi or moon, the lunar. This is Pingla, this is Sun Nadi. It's called Surya Nadi or Pingla or the sun, moon and the sun. Then there is another Nadi called Sushumna. Sushumna Nadi is in the spinal, it is within the spinal column, it's in the spinal canal. Okay, so it's along the spinal cord. So these are the three main nadis we need to know about. So Ida Nadi, the moon; Surya Nadi, the sun; and the Sushumna Nadi. Sushumna Nadi is also the pathway of the Kundalini. So at the base of the spine, we have a pool or a reservoir of energy. In Sanskrit, it's called Kunda, K-U-N-D-A, Kund. So Kund means a reservoir, like a dam. So there's a reservoir of latent potential energy. And that reservoir is connected through the spinal column or through the Sushumna passage to the brain. Now, the energy which is this untapped, latent, sleeping, dormant energy is called Kundalini. The purpose of yoga is to awaken that Kundalini, is to awaken that energy. It is depicted as a serpent, but let's not get fascinated with the snake and the picture and the image of a snake. It has nothing to do with that. Just imagine there's a potential, dormant, tremendous amount of energy at the base of the spine, and that is called Kundalini. Now, from the same place, from the base of the spine, the Sushumna Nadi, the central passage of energy, is rising. It's called Sushumna. Then there is Ida, the moon. It goes like this. And then the sun channel goes like this. So the sun and the moon, they intersect Sushumna in 6 places in the entire spine. So from where they are originating, so all 3 of them are originating from the same point: Sushumna, Pingla and Ida. Sushumna, the central, the sun and the moon. So the point from where they are originating, that point is called Mooladhara Chakra. Okay, and then both the nadis, they intersect each other and the Sushumna Nadi in 5 more places. There are 5 other chakras. So Mooladhara Chakra, then Swadhisthana Chakra, and somewhere here is Manipura Chakra. Some scriptures say it is behind the navel or 2 inches above the navel, or some say that it is opposite or is somewhere here near the solar plexus. So Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata Chakra, the heart center, the Vishuddhi Chakra, the Agya Chakra, and then the Sahasrara Chakra. So both the nadis, the moon and the sun, they are intersecting each other at 6 places. They are called 6 chakras, and then we have the 7th chakra here, the Sahasrara, which is the culmination of the human personality. Now, ordinarily, the Sushumna channel is not open. It is blocked. It remains blocked, closed at the base of the spine. And these 2 channels, they keep working all the time. They are always working. They're always working, and they are hardly ever balanced. One is always dominant than the other. For example, if you check your nostrils right now, there's a very high chance you will find that either your left or the right nostril is more open than the other, and that is simply the reflection of which energy is more active in your body. If your Ida the moon is more active, your left nostril will be more open, and vice versa. Now, the purpose of pranayama, the aim of pranayama is to gain control, over the prana, so that we can take absolute control and devitalize or bring the Ida and the Pingla, bring the sun and the moon into perfect balance, because only when that balance occurs, the Sushumna Nadi opens. So purpose of pranayama is to gain control of the prana so much that you can devitalize the sun and moon channels, you can bring them in equilibrium so that Sushumna opens, and then using that pranic control, awakening the Kundalini, and now because the Sushumna is no more blocked, making that Kundalini energy rise to the brain and to the Agya Chakra and to the Sahasrara, so that we can reach the state of full consciousness, so that we can reach the state of Samadhi or the enlightenment. So raising the Kundalini and making the Kundalini reach the Sahasrara Chakra, the 7th chakra, is also known as the unity. This is called real yoga. This is the unity of the energy and the consciousness, unity of the Shakti with Shiva. So this is the main aim of pranayama. The aim of pranayama is to gain control over the prana, so that you can open your Sushumna, awaken the Kundalini, and let this Kundalini energy awaken and rise, intersecting, passing through all the chakras, and finally reaching its final destination, which is the Sahasrara Chakra, and then keep it there.